I had a vision of hell in which its most distinctive feature is that everyone thinks it is heaven. My first vision of hell is a festival in the desert where everyone thinks everyone else is having a good time, and so they should be having a good time too. They wander around alone through little scenes where participation necessitates embodying a grotesque caricature of a human being. Everyone is desperately intoxicated in hopes of approximating the vibe of aggressive frivolity. The end result, of course, is a painful hangover and the feeling that it is somehow my fault that I did not have a good time. My second vision of hell is perhaps a deeper hell, with the enforced illusion of a loftier, more desirable heaven. In this almost perfect heaven, we are entirely protected from our environment, with shadowless lighting, air conditioning, and inoffensive background music. There are people everywhere, but everybody politely ignores everybody else. And our credit card never seems to run out. We know that it could at any moment. Perhaps there is a deeper hell when you truly care about the position you find yourself in, particularly the tenuous significance of your place within this hierarchy. And of course the fear that at any moment you could lose your privileged position and you would be just like everybody else. So if this was my vision of heaven, what's my vision of hell? Hell is chaotic, messy, disorganized. There is no sensuous technology in hell to protect us from our environment, so we are exposed to the elements. There are no bouncers in hell, so everyone's allowed in. In such a world, without cubicles or bedrooms, without entertainment or distraction, we must shit out in the open. We have nothing but each other to keep warm, and we must amuse each other with music and stories. There is often conflict and no police around to solve it for us. Everything is emotionally complex and intensely real. There is real pain and real joy and no guarantees of anything. There was one night in the rainforest in far north Queensland with my lover. We spent 4 days walking a 7-hour trail, and after 2 days of walking uphill, we spent 2 days in the clouds where everything became wet. It would take hours to start a fire, and every time we stopped to rest, we would pull fistfuls of leeches off our ankles. On our 4th night, when we had run out of food, when everything was wet, we could neither light a fire nor find a remotely flat surface to put up our tent. In utter discomfort, we had nothing to cling to but each other's warm, loving bodies. And when we finally drifted off to sleep, we both dreamed of supermarkets where everything was free. I was a prolific shoplifter at the time. I distinctly remember browsing the brightly lit aisles, knowing I could have anything I wanted. And then I woke up, wet, covered in leeches, the air mostly water, hungry, with my beautiful, loving friend playing guitar for me while I packed up our stopping tent. I was strong, confident, and in love. It was the happiest time of my life.